Yeah, David, you might remember back in March 2022, a shooting near Dawson Park in North Portland, claiming the life of 55-year-old Mark Johnson. Officers then identified the suspect in that case as Joseph Banks, a man with a history of mental illness and a criminal record. The estate of Mark Johnson filed this particular suit.
Housed inside the federal courthouse downtown, the United States Probation Office for the District of Oregon. It now faces a lawsuit for how it handled the case of a man known to be dangerous, a man named Joseph Banks. In early 2022, Banks was charged with murdering 3 men, seemingly at random. Isaiah Hurst.
He was just a low-key kind of guy, which is why this is even more shocking.
Jeff Ramirez.
It's like a weird nightmare. We found out the day of.
And Mark Johnson. Portland police officers say Banks shot Johnson just after noon on March 1st, 2022. As first reported by the Oregonian, attorneys representing Johnson and his estate filed a wrongful death lawsuit alleging his death was the result of the negligence of the probation office. Banks had spent most of the last decade in federal custody before the court ordered him released to federal supervision, subject to a series of conditions. Court documents allege how in the 6 months preceding Johnson's death, Banks violated the terms of his release at least 30 different times, failing to take his medications, threatening staff at his Portland care home, and leaving the facility without returning. Staff reportedly told Banks' probation officer that they were, quote, concerned that all these small pieces to his current situation is going to create a bigger problem. They also suspected he might have a gun. Although the care home reported these violations to the U.S. Probation Office, the probation officer failed to alert the court or set a hearing, according to the lawsuit. And it goes on to say, quote, if the required action were taken on any one of the violations, Banks would have been returned to court and likely would have been back in jail.
We reached out directly to the U.S. Probation Office for the District of Oregon this afternoon for a response to this lawsuit and its claims. We have yet to hear back. As for Banks, records show he was committed to the Oregon State Hospital in June 2022. David?
Thanks, Alma. Appreciate your reporting on this tonight.